Hello and good evening. Welcome back to another stream of AC Brotherhood. As part of our historical order run, today we're gonna continue with sequence 4 of a game, and we're gonna finish off the Leonardo War Machine missions. We started them last time and we've done 3 out of the 4 so far. But we're still missing the tank mission, so we're gonna start off with that one. And yeah, then we are gonna go and finish off the rest of sequence 4 and make a start on the next sequence, which is gonna be pretty much main story focus, I think, taking place entirely on a day. Yeah, it's like all happening on one day, so we're gonna do that sequence back to back pretty much. And yeah, I've also started my second save now, so we can actually have a point of entry into the Leonardo Da Vinci Disappearance DLC, which historically speaking takes place between sequence 8 and 9. But because those sequences are kind of like fused together by the game, I guess, and the main story, there's no way to actually play that in the same save file as it would have been happening historically speaking. So that's why I started actually a second file, so we'd have that one to back out into, and then start the Da Vinci Disappearance DLC from there. So I've been kind of like speed running the second save, pretty much just like skipping all the cutscenes, and it was kind of funny, you know, kind of thinking from that headspace of, kind of like doing something as fast as possible, because I usually never play games that way. But considering I just played for those, passages days ago, that of course makes it easier to kind of like skip for everything, if it's still so, present in your mind. But yeah, still haven't quite reached the point. We're currently in sequence 2 in that save file, but until we get to sequence 8 of this playthrough, which is still gonna be like another 2 streams, I reckon, then I should definitely have gotten up to sequence 3, which is when, Rome opens up and you get access to the DLC. But it also means I will play without the Brotherhood, pretty much, and with barely any equipment. But that should be fine. But yeah, welcome in everyone as well. Hello there, Maxi. Thank you for the first redeem. I hope AC Shadows is going well. And should I welcome as well to you? The liberation of Roma has begun. It sure has, dude. We're still not fully there yet with the liberation. Still gotta get 3 more border towers. But should unlock them soon. Yeah, I think you don't unlock the Brotherhood until like the end of sequence 3 or something. And I'm not sure if I want to play, beyond the point of unlocking the DLC. But, I mean, there could be like an additional challenge on top of the, full sync requirements. Without the Brotherhood, and it's kind of like a solo adventure for Ezio, I guess. But I kind of wonder if there's any full sync requirements that might get me in trouble playing with such a bare bones Ezio, but I think it should be fine. That's really cool as well, the fact that you can actually choose the assassins you want to recruit, like if it's a face model, or like, if you want to have like an exclusively female, kind of like sisterhood around you. I kind of like that aspect in this game, that it's a bit randomized and you can kind of like pick and choose. Yeah, that could be a chiller. Yeah, so probably just, gonna play to the point of unlocking the DLC and then Gonna take it from there. Okay, we have another gate. The Porta Ostiense. Located just west of the Pyramid of Cestius along the Mura Aureliane, this gate has a similar history to the Porta Asinaria. In 549, the treason of the Isaurian garrison allowed Totila and his Ostrogoths to enter Rome via the gate and sack the city. I think the Romans should have amended the guard screening exam, adding one key question: are you friends with King Totila? Not with King Totila, but with King Tortia.
Please have the decency to return it. God will thank you. The recent outbreak. Campania has now spread to the lower Rioni. As drastic as it may seem, the Senate has requested. Oh, I've got great metalwork here.
Ah yeah, let's get the Roman Vambraces. And we could also get a new weapon here. Let's go for the Cavalieri Mace. And let's also buy the Butcher Knife. How often do I think about Imperator Caesar Trajanus Hadrianus Augustus? Well, at least 3 times a day. For breakfast, lunch and dinner. Welcome in, Gisek. How about yourself? How often do you think about him?
The Orsini family will hold festive games this Saturday in the plain before San Paolo fuori le mura. Richer prizes for all games champions promised. 4,000 gold scudi to the most valente cavaliere, as well as the favorite Donna Lucia Orsini.
The good thing about doing the Leonardo War Machine missions so early is that we actually unlock the parachute. Like, even before starting sequence 5. And that might actually come in handy for a few situations. Very proportionate to Anno 117 release date. Yeah, I saw a bit of gameplay actually. Like one German gaming show here, Game 2. They showcase a bit about the game and it looks pretty decent. I'm not a huge fan of the UI, like the way it looks, according to the setting, but the game with itself looks really good. And it also looks like a really, you know, solid Anno experience. Definitely, you know, gives me a bit of Origins vibes.
A resurgence of lightweight coinage has plagued the città recently. The various Rioni councils and most guild-member shops have necessary scales on site to perform verification. Remember, penalties for tampering with the
I don't know, a UI that would kind of like feel more classical, you know, kind of like fitting the time would be nice. I know they kind of like want to keep those things a bit more modern, you know. But I don't know, I think it would work really well, you know. Can be another element to kind of like immerse yourself into the kind of like setting. Because for me it kind of like clashes a bit, you know, between like what you see in the game world and overlays. It's kind of like a strategy game, so want to have the overlays on. Whoa, are you gonna shoot? Hello, Vaora, welcome in. Bene. Molto bene. Very skistic, take your time. So I guess because the woman is standing in the way, he's actually not shooting. I thought he would still try. But that's very considerate of him. What a pity that Ezio didn't do the same thing.
Must have been drinking the good stuff.
Yeah, music got slightly intense there. Okay, let's have a look at our assassins here. We should have a few skill points to spend. Attack is the best defense, as they say. Looking for the more unique looking missions here. If we even have any left at this point. Yeah, there's one. Because they give a lot more XP and much better rewards overall. Well, it's not 100%, but still worth a try. That was kind of a sick beat. That's a nice side effect of this menu. You know, creating some sick beats on the side. And I keep one assassin in my back pocket.
Ah! I see him! There! There he is! Dannato! Eccolo! Get him!
honored in your death.
No, there wasn't. There was no honor in that death. He just got shot in cold blood. That's it. I see him, not anymore. It's like, now you see me. Now you don't.
It's a basic question of survival. I don't care either way. Drunkenness and lewdness will only be tolerated within limits on feast days. The saints may favor your fervor, the count will not. Please, no, be up. Make way for the Guardia Cavalry! At the Guild Hall for all particulars! The Holy See
Alright, this time I gotta use a pistol to kill the overseer of the war plans.
end of punishment for sins of revealed flesh! The one major alteration is regarding the minimum length of sleeves to be worn by dogs when in public.
Have you been drinking?
Alright, time for the notorious tank mission. With a forcing requirement of not taking any damage while within the tank. Ezio Auditore drinking? No way. He would never. Not on the job at least. Unless it's many targets a day, you know, then you can't do that without a drink. Indeed, the infamous tank mission. Yeah, that one has definitely caused me some nerves in the past. Getting the forcing 4. I hope I get it first try this time, but never know with that tank. It doesn't control the best, in my opinion.
Facciamo un nuovo patto. Tu
Hell on wheels. Leonardo's tank is an ambitious and devastating war machine capable of changing the face of battle. It must be destroyed. And yeah, can't take any damage while within the tank. Monte Siccio. Otherwise known as Cape Siccio, Monte Siccio now exists as a promontory marking the southwestern limit of the Pontine Marshes, about 100 kilometers southwest of Rome. On the east ridge of the promontory, geologists found remains of ancient fortifications. Who they belong to is unclear, but it's certainly a picturesque location to bunker down.
The invention is on the guard, and I caged the spies.
Those who attempted to steal from Cesare must be punished.
A word with you! You!
Yeah, that's definitely fair, Schiller, to do it like that, you know, because honestly it's kind of like a bit of a bullshitty mission. I'm gonna try to do it the way it's intended to. Okay. But yeah, that definitely comes with the territory of exposing yourself. I'm gonna definitely take some distance at the start and, you know, keep shooting and destroying as much as possible before going in and fighting the tanks. That way we don't get stuck on quite as much terrain. But yeah, I'm gonna go in to fight the tanks and hopefully I won't take any damage.
What do you want?
Where are the plans for the weapon?
On the table, at the opposite end of the fortress.
The device itself?
I am not sure, but you need 3 people to work it.
Come with me then.
No, we captured 3 soldiers. They are in a cell across from the plans. They will help you.
Bene.
Bene.
Halt!
Didn't see a thing. Ben, you get to keep your life, but you don't get to keep your wife. Ezio will be wooing her from you, sorry. But it just comes with the territory. Whosoever wife meets Ezio.
Where is Da Vinci's machine?
Follow us. They have hidden the path, but we discovered the entrance.
Go, go!
Exactly, Schiller. You know, that's kind of like the annoying thing about this whole ordeal. Is the fact you have to replay from the very start, and it's like quite a long mission too, with like the whole steps, you know. Like that's whole like infiltrate, like first tailing part, then a stealth part, then a fighting part, then a tomb kind of like escort part, before you even get to the tank, and then you have to play for the whole tanks segment. And just failing at the very end is enough, having to redo all the other parts, which aren't even the issue of the mission. So like the whole, you know, reload checkpoint was definitely godsend, like once it was introduced in the series.
Cesare intends it as the centerpiece of his forces. His army prepares for a surprise assault on Sicilia.
We will stop the attack.
Ooh, very nice aura. That's great. I'm glad you had a good time watching The Road to El Dorado. I remember watching that one. We didn't actually have it ourselves, but our cousins did, so when we visited them, you know, it would definitely be a movie that would play for us to watch. Hello Vaaya, welcome in, and happy Sunday to you as well.
We need to open the gate.
I will find a way.
Oh yeah, for sure, Aura. Was a nice thing about like getting to another person and like seeing their DVD or like VHS collection. Wonder what's down this way. Hello there, Doppledor, welcome in, and good day. How's it going?
Who have you been training with?
There you are! Finally!
That's the other annoying thing about this mission when you have to replay it. It's like there's snarky remarks about you taking too much time. That really gets you if you have to play this mission like a few times.
Leonardo expects me to maneuver these. No instructions, of course. Oh! There! on a part of me.
The invention is under guard, and I caged the spies.
Those who attempted to steal from treasure must be punished.
Stop, a moment, Daddy.
I kind of want to watch Atlantis. It's kind of like Doom now. You're getting to control tanks and stuff. Even though Doom you can control the dragon, can't you? Hello Vaave, welcome in. Yeah, really damn annoying with that mission. I was like, that's like the classic scenario. It's like everything up until the final point is like no biggie. But then of course in the final part it's like very tight and you get like stuck on an environment very easily. So just like getting stuck for 1 second, they have like enough time to just shoot you. Not my favorite forcing requirement, to say the least. But yeah, how's it going for you, Ava?
What do you want?
Where are the plans for the weapon?
On the table, at the opposite end of the fortress.
The device itself?
I am not sure, but you need 3 people to work it.
Come with me then.
No, we captured 3 soldiers. They are in a cell across from the plans. They will help you.
Bene.
Hey, that sounds pretty dope, Aura. I wouldn't mind having a flying dragon with Ezio. That could definitely come in handy. I could just like fly right to the warp plan and you know, just use my fire breath to destroy it.
Haven't I seen?
Where is Da Vinci?
Okay, we can't skip any cutscenes here.
Follow us. They have hidden the path, but we discovered the entrance.
That's gonna hurt in the morning. Oh, very nice, Ave. Glad you had a good stream with Expedition 33. That game looks really fun. We're gonna get it in a few days, actually, ourselves. I probably won't play it until I'm actually streaming it. But yeah, Levy's gonna start a playthrough, so I'm gonna watch her play a bit. I don't actually mind turn-based combat, so that game looks down my alley. Also, you know, it kind of combines the turn-based with like a reaction aspect, which is pretty nice.
I want to talk to you. No, don't do it.
Love that move. Just kill everyone around you. I mean, that's pretty epic aura. So I saw that they kind of removed the gore kills, haven't they? Like in the newest Doom. But you don't have this kind of classic finisher moves, so you like rip them apart and stuff. Is that the case? Like speaking about finishers. Yeah, not sure yet, Ava. I mean, I would love to stream the game primarily, you know, because I think it would be a nice game to share. But yeah, it has to be like a timing thing, you know, because it's like another bigger project and there's like so many other games, you know, in the pipeline. So it's like always a question of like when we actually get to play this. But I'm probably just gonna watch Levi play for now a bit and just experience it vicariously.
His army prepares for a surprise assault on Sicilia.
We will stop the attack.
Yeah, the story seems really good. I like the characters so far and like the interactions. I don't know much about the story yet, but it seemed really, you know, genuine in a way. Slice of 33. Well, then it seems like a game for you, Arthur.
We'll find a way.
Yeah, that's a shame, Aura. I mean, if I can't rip and tear, what's the point of playing rip and tear, isn't it? It blew you away, Ava. Yeah, apparently Automod didn't like that phrase. I wonder why. But yeah, the whole blew you aspect Twitch thought wasn't quite appropriate. Oops. Oh, okay, this. A free chest. Totally planned. It's gonna make up the medicine that I had to use for this. Yeah, that really sucks if it was just a matter of like, you know, them not wanting to animate it. But yeah, I mean, as long as you can finish them. But the finisher moves are really like half the fun sometimes, you know? So it's a shame they didn't include them. I wonder if it's something they might still add at a later point, if they like intend on supporting the game. But not sure. Yeah, that's fair. But I can understand. There's certainly like a bit of a repetitive element to it. You know, they could do something like in Valhalla. In Valhalla, you also had the option to kind of like remove the kind of like cinematic finishers, didn't you? There was like an option for that. Maybe something like this. Yeah, so this time you also phrase it a bit differently. Not past tense. So Automod was again like, you shall not say this. But yeah, I mean, the shield with the chainsaw, that's definitely something I'm gonna be using once I play the game. I assume you can also use it quite offensive. Like also to attack enemies. Yeah, I don't know. I guess like having a filter, you know, if it's like lots of cursing, just make it like, okay, people under the age of shouldn't, you know, maybe see this or whatever, and then allow the adults to curse as they please, you know.
I will lower the bridge.
As long as it's not like discriminating somebody directly. Yeah, exactly, you know, like tear off a leg and just jam it into an eyeball. Whatever game allows you to do that kind of stuff. It's what makes Doom, you know, kind of like unique and eternal. That's fair as well, Ave. Yeah, I can see a certain repetitive element to it. With Eternal, I haven't played 2016, but with Eternal I thought it was quite varied in its levels. There was certainly a repetitive element to the combat, of course, but the levels felt pretty fresh, and there's like a platforming element with it, which I think gave it a bit more variety maybe. I mean, again, I haven't played 2016, so I don't have a direct comparison. But to me it kind of like at least gave variety to the gunplay. So there's still glory kills, but they're just like super Raven. That's a shame. But I guess having the ability to kind of like, you know, adjust the frequency of them happening, that would be quite nice to have.
Leonardo expects me to maneuver these. No instructions, of course. Forward!
Yeah, Twitch really doesn't like your Ave. It seems. That sounds really fun, Aura. I do like defensive weapons that you can also use for the offense.
Good shot!
Controls when you actually get to a stand is like really bad, honestly. It's like one of the worst things.
Now!
Oh yeah, Aura. So, did you like post certain types of content or something? But yeah, like there's a lot of presence of electric guitar within the Ezio games. Actually, it's like one of the modern kind of like instruments and elements I wanted to add to the game. Oh yeah, I also had to look into her Dark Ages playthrough. It's actually most of the content for the game that I watched so far. And it seemed quite tough. But to be honest, like doing a first play from the hardest difficulty, I would probably get everyone a bit sweaty.
Ours can be injured. So can theirs. Just a few more shots!
Yeah, I mean, I can only imagine. I thought Eternal or normal difficulty was like really fast paced, you know, and sometimes like after a few hours of playing, I was definitely, you know, having concentration issues sometimes. So playing that on the hardest difficulty for like hours on end would be a bit much. Yeah, honestly, I haven't seen this guy that mad at games either before. I mean, there's been like moments, but she's usually, you know, not acting out on games quite as much. Yeah, I mean, 200% damage. Have fun with that. Got it off when you just get one-shotted randomly. Ah, gotcha, Aura. That's really cool, though. It's like a nice way to combine the two, you know, have like a hobby that you kind of like start or kind of like learn and taking others with you on that journey. Definitely been a few of those kind of like channels I followed on YouTube as well. You know, if it's like people like learning to skate or learning parkour or you know, something like that.
Forward!
Picture of a flaming horse cut into 3 pieces referencing a perfect trilogy. PPG put it together with the Lord of the Rings and the Dark Knight trilogy. I haven't, but I have watched the Lord of the Rings and the Dark Knight trilogy. A candy aura. I don't know what you have to take to actually keep up with super fast-paced setting then. Maybe like a full can of coffee or something. Hello, Dr. Darling, welcome in. Aha, a sneaky stream from Crocodilo da Jamay. Jamay. Aha, ein how would you translate sneaky? It's kind of like something we, or at least I like to say, like even in German. Like sneaky, sneaky. Ein hinterhältiger Stream vom Krokodil von Germay, I guess. Aber ich denke mal, es soll Deutschland heißen. How's it going, Dr. Darling? Welcome in. But yeah, it's nice when a game provides you those options where you can like adjust the game settings. Really suit the type of challenge that you're seeking.
No, I wish I could keep you.
I don't. Also, hello for Absolution, welcome in. Here comes Vicento Orki. Well, I'm glad for them to appear because they always carry like super good items that I can sell for moneta. Yeah, Ave, I mean, if you can get through, you know, really tough bosses with no health upgrades, then you definitely have to have some patience.
Pagami, canker! Delinquente!
Ezio, news has spread that all my inventions have been destroyed. The disarray allowed me to work on something just for you.
What is this?
A new device to drift slowly from any height. It is not as cumbersome as my flying machine. You can take it everywhere.
Grazie, Leonardo.
Kaboom! Destroy the tank. Oh yeah, I mean I also unlocked parachutes. I think I never unlocked the parachutes so early in the game, considering we're still in sequence 4 at this point. There we've done the, you know, Leonardo War Machine missions instantly. Really? I don't mind fast-paced games, but I can't do them like in very long sessions. You know, like Guitar Hero on Expert, I could play for like an hour. But then I would, you know, definitely have to kind of like catch a break or something, because at that point my concentration is definitely dropping. Oh yeah, I just saw it, Ave. But yeah, what a great trilogy of movies. I really like those. Especially the second, of course, with, you know, the Joker and Two-Face. But Bane is also pretty epic. And if it wasn't for Bane, then we wouldn't have Rod's Bane impressions. Yeah, no worries, Dr. Darling. I had a feeling you meant Germany there. Ah, gotcha, Ave. So it's like a reference to the kind of like Rogue One trilogy then. That's really cool that, you know, the season is like having a really good connection to the movie. Because that movie has also been out for quite a while now. Like, when I saw it, that was like so many years ago now. Probably like 8 years or so. Like 7 or 8 years, I would assume. Okay, let me just check the timeline real quick for the next mission that we're supposed to do. Okay, so according to the timeline, we're supposed to do some side missions, but I'm pretty sure they don't unlock until we finish with Sequence 4. And it was something I talked about last time, kind of like anticipated that probably we won't unlock those side missions at this point. Because it's the next batch of like assassination missions, courtesan missions, and yeah, that's it, like assassination and courtesan missions. Now, in order to unlock the next batch, you would have to go to Vorosa and Fiode. But a symbol should also appear telling you courtesan assignment if they were available. So they aren't at this point, which means you're gonna do them once they become available, really. As long as they take place in the year 1503, which is the next year. You know, that's fine. And most of the next sequences are gonna be during 1503, so we have plenty of time to throw them in. We're not really tied to like any particular month or day or anything. Yeah, everyone's favorite mission, isn't it, Dr. Darling? The tank. Yeah, I'm glad I got a second try, you know, because third try would have been quite annoying. At least at this point I've done it so many times, I know like ways to do it a bit faster, like getting to the point efficiently, but yeah, the last tank part still sucks. Doesn't matter how often you do it. But the most important thing is just staying in motion. You know, as long as you do that, then they have very little chance to actually hit you unless you kind of like face them frontal. But if you even get stuck and you don't see like your whole environment at all times with the camera, then you can get fucked quite easily. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely the Renaissance version of the, you know, Batmobile in Arkham Knight. Which I personally didn't mind. I kind of like the inclusion of that vehicle. Also, thank you for the GGs as well, Ave and Chilla. I don't think they do Absolution. Yeah, I don't think they actually carry Shrunken Heads. The Shrunken Heads you can only get from... I think who actually drops them might be the ones in the DLC, the Da Vinci Disappearance DLC. There's like a new faction. The kind of like a, you know, scientist gang. Trying to remember how they're called. Hermeticists or something. I think they actually might carry Shrunken Heads, if I'm not mistaken. But other than that, the only ways to get them were through very specific chests that have them, and you could also get them through the global economy system, where you invested into shops, and if you invested like lots of money, then you could get like a Shrunken Head that way. But you had to invest like lots of money, and I don't think they even have that system anymore in the Ezio collection. I think they completely removed it. But yeah, I think the rope cultists would definitely, like they definitely carry some good items. And Shrunken Heads might have been one of them. Hello Valuka, welcome in. Indeed, dude, how's it going? How have you been? Hope everything's going well for you. yeah, there's definitely quite a limit on the shrunken heads through chess. But yeah, in light of none of these side quests being available, we're just gonna go and finish the sequence. There's only one more main mission left here. But I'm pretty sure at the start of sequence 5 we should unlock the next batch here.
My talent is fair. Your
Ah, nice. I'm only missing one Buddhist prayer beat, and then we can get the shop quest weapon. Oh, very nice, Luca. That's great to hear, dude. That's an awesome, you know, kind of like milestone that you guys moved in together. But yeah, I'm doing very well. I've been, yeah, been enjoying some historical games. We've been starting like a big series of, you know, different games playthrough, where I play through kind of like a timeline of games, I guess. And not only including the AC games, but also beyond that, it's about 50 games total. From like 10 million years ago to the end of World War II. And yeah, we now reached the Ezio timeline, which is of course one of my favorites. Because the Ezio games are just always so fun to play. So yeah, I've been doing that. But it's been a pretty long run. Like, we've been starting this about a year ago now. That's been a good run in the making. Yeah, Brotherhood is such a fun time. Like, as much as I love AC2 for the story and the characters and, you know, the different cities and soundtrack and stuff, Brotherhood just hits the spot when it comes to, like, gameplay fun, you know? Like having the liberty to explore Rome the way you want to, and kind of like have a whole Brotherhood system and renovation, and yeah, quite a nice variety of different missions to do. Plus some nice quality of life, you know, changes with the combat, for instance. But yeah, good game.
Where have you been?
We all have our secrets.
I took the liberty of setting up a means of communication with your recruits. We sent orders via carrier pigeon.
Thank you, Machiavelli.
Bartolomeo sends his apologies. The French have doubled their assault.
Claudia.
Ezio.
All right. I have a plan to deal with the Borgia.
We can either go after supplies or Cesare's followers.
My plan is to attack both. If we cut off his funds, Cesare will lose his army and return without his men. So, I ask you, where does he get his money? Volpe?
Agostino Chigi is the Pope's moneylender, but Cesare does business with someone else. As of now, all we know is that he is called the Banker.
I know someone who owes the banker money. Senator Egidio Troche comes in all the time and complains.
Bene. I will follow up on that lead.
French soldiers are guarding the road back into the Castello. Once Cesare arrives, you will never get to him.
I intend to kill the French general. With him dead, Bartolomeo will have the Frenchmen on the defensive, and they will abandon their posts on the bridge.
Even with those troops gone, the Papal Guard will continue to protect the inner gate.
There is a side entrance. Lucrezia's latest plaything, Pietro, has a key.
He was at the Castello.
Come see me later. I will have my thieves ascertain his location.
Like the way that Lavopus says that. Ascertain the location. Yeah, the ambience is also great. I love the soundtrack of Jesper Kid that he did for AC1 to Brotherhood, and he also done the ambient music for Revelations, which is also lovely. I wouldn't have minded, you know, him doing more games beyond that, but he didn't actually return until AC Valhalla, where he was one of the main composers again. And Valhalla is another fantastic soundtrack in my opinion.
Where are you going?
I am of no use to anyone without Forli. I leave to be with my children, and await the restoration of my lands.
I wish you would stay.
You are the leader of the assassins now. Unite them, Ezio Auditore, and take back Roma. Vittoria agli assassini!
Vittoria agli assassini.
It's interesting I put that whole dialogue at this point of the game, where Katarina says you're the leader of the assassins now, which of course he isn't yet, but I guess it's something that he is through his actions, you know, the way he's kind of like leading by example, and that's like what Katarina is like more meaning here. But at this point, of course, Machiavelli still very much is the leader and the mentor of the assassins. Yeah, I really like Valhalla. It's a very divisive game, and I can definitely understand why. I don't think it's, you know, far from being perfect either, but I really like it. It's just too long for me. That's like the main downside, but oh nice, life achievement. Complete sequence 4. That was a bit late. Hello there Saint, welcome in dude. Guten Abend. Howdy howdy. Yeah, Valhalla, I don't know. I could already play Valhalla again, to be honest. If it wasn't for like time reasons, you know. Like I wouldn't play it right now just because of how long it takes, but in general, I wouldn't mind playing it again. Okay, let's get the Venetian Falchion. Has really bad damage, but very good speed and deflection. And damage is kind of relative either way, you know, with counter attacks and kind of like chain kills and the likes. Yeah, New Game Plus was desperately needed. It's really something that holds people back from, you know, re-experiencing Valhalla sometimes. Just because of how long and of a slog it can be to get through the game. It's not quite as grindy as Odyssey, but still, you know, New Game Plus would have been nice to have. Hello there Maxi, welcome in dude. And good evening. How's it going? How was AC Shadows today? Thank you so much for the raid, dude. So long, Ave. How have you been in the meantime? Hope you're still doing well. But yeah, for anyone that didn't come in with a raid, if you haven't checked out Maxi yet, then definitely do so. He's a great streamer, very knowledgeable when it comes to the technical side of things behind streaming and content creation. Knows lots about, for example, streamer bots, and he also builds his own tools for people to use. And yeah, right now he's been playing some AC Shadows, and he's definitely also a big fan of the Assassin's Creed series. So yeah, if you like those games, then gonna find another great streamer playing those over there. But yeah, it's going pretty good over here, Maxi. I started out with the tank mission in Brotherhood, which was the last war machine mission I had left in this game. And that one is notoriously difficult for the full sync requirement of not taking any damage. Managed to get it on the second try, but still, it's kind of like a pretty long mission. So having to restart that one is always like a bit of a bummer. But yeah, definitely going good, making some good progress. We just started on sequence 5, and yeah, definitely enjoying this playthrough so far. Oh, you finished the game. Nice, dude. So how did you like it? Like, what's your verdict on Shadows? Would you recommend it? Is it a game you would like to replay at some point, or would you say it's more like a once and done type of game for you? Been jamming to some Japanese hip hop. It's kind of funny. I'm not sure if that's the inspiration for AC Shadows soundtrack at times, but Yasuke was also like an anime that came out like a couple years ago, right? I don't know if you guys followed up on that, but there was like an anime about Yasuke. And the soundtrack for that anime was composed by Flying Lotus, and he's like a pretty legendary hip-hop producer. He even has a radio station, GTA 5, by the way. And he has done kind of like also trap beats and stuff. I even have that vinyl on my, like in my collection of that anime, even though I haven't even watched the anime, but I like the soundtrack so much, so I kind of like got it. But I mean, you know, it wouldn't surprise me if the guys at Quebec kind of like watch that anime either. Because, you know, having Yasuke and then like a very similar type of music. You know, there's definitely been some parallels from what I've heard so far. But yeah, the soundtrack in general is composed by the guys behind Odyssey soundtrack. Again. Which is The Flight. It's like a duo from the UK, I believe. I haven't really listened to much of the soundtrack yet, but I'm definitely gonna do some in-depth listening once I play the game. I'm probably also gonna upload the unreleased soundtrack at some point. Ah, nice, Maxi. So enjoyed more than Odyssey overall. Yeah, the DLC is supposed to come out in like fall, isn't it? Like maybe September or so. Who knows, at this point maybe that aligns with me actually playing or finishing the game. When the DLC releases. It was a Portuguese rap song. Interesting. I haven't listened to much Portuguese rap yet, I don't think. Well, I guess maybe Brazilian rap, which technically I guess you could say is also Portuguese speaking rap. Hello there, Amita. Welcome in, dude. Assassino. I'm doing well, thank you for asking, Amita. We finished the last war machine mission today, the tank mission. Took us 2 tries to get the full sync requirement of not taking damage, but got it done eventually. And yeah, just getting started with sequence 5 here. Oh yeah, Maxi? Yeah, honestly, I kind of hope that they would, you know, bring the Assassin's Creed You know, who would have thought? And maybe the Brotherhood a bit at the forefront again. Especially with the trailer, you know, where both Yasuke and Naoi are kind of like, you know, talking about the creed together. But at the same time, it doesn't surprise me that it isn't like much of a priority for Quebec, you know. I mean, we had a whole game where the assassins weren't even a thing. So, yeah. Ah, gotcha, Saint. I mean, that's pretty cool, but you still have like a sort of like, you know, Brotherhood system. So that's, you know, like a nice inclusion. I guess if she's also more of an assassin than, you know, he might is, then, you know, that I guess makes sense. But yeah, I mean, like the Brotherhood and Revelation system, you know, that's still unmatched to this day. It's still such a shame, I think, that Unity didn't have the AI feature in addition to like playing together with mates. Would have been nice. Like smaller assassin recruits you could have called in. I feel like Unity would have been a really good game for that to also, you know, have. Ah, does it, Ave? Yeah, it could be that your voice is getting picked up twice. Not sure if maybe if you have like your voice kind of like be transmitted through like another speaker or something. But there's definitely like noise cancellation and echo reduction features and filters that you could use. In general, it's also really good to have like a noise gate where you can kind of like adjust at what kind of like volume you want to have sound be picked up on. Because naturally your voice is going to have like a certain like starting volume, and anything below that point doesn't have to be kind of like picked up. But yeah, there's like lots of like setting guides that you know, you can, I mean, you should always like adjust it a bit for like how, you know, your mic is, but often you can just copy and paste those kind of settings. But yeah, like at the start of streaming, you definitely have to like adjust a lot of settings until you get it just right. Cheers, Maxi. I'm looking forward to play it, honestly, you know. I'm not expecting this to be like, you know, my favorite game ever, but I'm always looking forward to play, you know, the newest AC game. So, yeah. And also, I'm very intrigued to see how they realized the setting. No worries, Maxi. Enjoy your dinner, dude. Thank you for the lurk. And no worries for the shoutout either, dude. Catch you next time, and thank you again so much for the raid. Okay, let's buy the large bag here for the parachutes. So we can carry 15. Also gonna buy the heavy sheath so we can carry heavy weapons. Good change. Let's go with the Roman girded onyx look here for now. Restock that.
Excellent. Addio then. No, Colarzin is dying, I tell. Perhaps I will have something for you.
Hobo Simulator. Haven't played that one. Yeah, there's so many simulators out there. Okay, so the next mission starting point is in the Rosa and Fiora either way, and that's also where we unlock the courtesan assignments. So we can't really unlock the courtesan assignments without starting the next main story mission. And since the like the entire sequence 5 takes place in one day. I want to do the main story mission one after the other. So the courtesan assignments will wait after we finish the sequence. However, the assassination contracts we can do. So we're gonna go over here to Bartolomeo and Pantasilea. Let's fast travel because it's quite a distance. There are mods for Cache Cleaner Simulator. Wait, what? Cache Cleaner. Sounds like a game just for me. So what do you have to do then to platinum Hobo Simulator, Saint? I assume nothing fun?
Ezio, the Borgia grow uncertain as your attacks continue. The Pope's spies move throughout the city. Fortunately, Machiavelli has uncovered their names.
Grazie.
Alrighty, time for assassinations. Alrighty. Well, we got one over here. Yeah, assassination time is best time. I'll check if there's any new paintings here. Ah yeah. With Madonna del Cardellino. At this point I'm just spending money honestly because given that we kinda like done so much side stuff so early in the game, we've definitely gotten a good head start on you know, money to spend. So I'm just gonna buy all the paintings here.
Pleasure. Grazie for your business.
Oh yeah, we can stick at the poison darts, right?
What would you like me to make for you?
Oh yeah, you couldn't get me to karaoke even if you were kinda like threatening me.
Wait here. I will be back soon.
Karaoke would be like my worst nightmare. At least having to do it myself. I wouldn't mind, you know, watching someone do it.
Just a small sting, and my enemies will fall.
Oh yeah, Saint. That's the thing, right? Like, voices certainly change, and sometimes I might also get damaged. That can also really fuck up your singing capabilities sometimes.
Life expectancy?
If your vocal cords just aren't cutting it.
Has he lost his mind?
I mean, Levy wouldn't probably mind, you know, going to karaoke. She like pretty much studied singing in like musical theater. She even taught singing at some point.
It's not what you were after. I understand.
I guess your husband and me got that in common then. It's like, yeah, don't mind, you know, participating in like, you know, watching it, but don't need to go on the stage myself. Thank you very much. Red Letter Day. Our enemy is feeling pressure as we close in. Important messages are now delivered by armored mercenaries. This tactic will not slow us. Ensure the messages die with their couriers. Kill both targets in under 60 seconds. Not sure if there's like a countdown already. What the fuck, Ezio? So I'm just gonna try to be quick.
Another consigliero could be our man. Better have a look.
That works.
Get out of the way!
Get out of the way. Okay, that works.
Colosseo collapsed and killed a kitten last week. Greatly distressing Senator De Rossi. No, man. Get up now.
Oh yeah, alright. It's like, I don't want to give this mic to anyone else. Don't you like my singing?
Hey, you don't own this place. Relax.
Citizens.
Yeah, Saint, you would need like lots of drinks in me to get me to that point. But I really would have to get to a point where I really don't care at all. It's difficult to achieve. Let's actually grab the viewpoint real quick. Not sure if there's gonna be another time we get so far into the north here. There's also a glyph puzzle here. Now that's the name. Santa Maria dei Miracoli and Santa Maria di Montessan. Ah, okay, so it's 2. This modest church initially housed humble Carmelite monks who are probably in there right now, hiding from the outside world. Eventually it was converted into one of the twin churches that stand on the edge of the present-day Piazza del Popolo. The renovations took 13 years starting in 1662. The resulting structures have become iconic landmarks in modern-day Rome. That sounds kind of fun, War Aura. Kind of like, you know, doing it together with another person. If it's like, you know, like backup, kind of like singing, or I guess in Linkin Park's case, it's like the mix of like singing and rapping sometimes. But definitely listen to some Linkin Park again. Been a bit since last time.
Loading. Scanning. 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 What am I? What am I? Lost. Loading.
That isn't eerie whatsoever. Yeah, I can imagine, you know, having to sing Chester's, or trying to imitate the way Chester sang. That wouldn't be an easy feat to do, and also, you know, keep your voice in a shape where you can still, like, talk afterwards. Hello there, Theme, welcome in. And welcome in also Oak Tree. How's it going? Yeah, more like crawling in my voice. Democratic nations abode, each led by a powerful vizier, known today by a different name, who made a move to block the Templar advance.
Loading.
How do you mean Oak Tree? Austrian painter was right. There's only one famous Austrian painter that I would connect to Germany in any shape or form. And I hope it's not the one you're referencing to. Some dude was singing Aerials by System of a Down. And it sounded like a deflating cat. Oh, that's funny. But yeah, you know, just reading that line, Aura, it definitely makes my voice hurt just from like reading it. Is it Stanley? So the chess piece is called Vizier in Turkish. Interesting. Yeah, I of course only know like the German names really, so not too familiar with like the English ones even. Well, I guess like maybe a bit familiar like now after, you know, at least coming into contact with some of the terms, but I couldn't, you know, tell you like the name of every piece. Hello there, Oliver. Welcome in, dude. Ahoy. And good evening. Okay, so from a board of electricity, governments fell. That's actually the one we're looking for, the right coordinates, but I'm gonna still investigate the other pictures here. HK masterminded it. A cap that has the Abstergo sign on it. So I reckon HK is one of the modern day Templars. Quote, we would like your economic program to succeed and we would do our best to help you. Argentina 1970s, 30,000 people disappeared in the raids. Salvador Allende wanted the people to own Chile's corporation. Chile 1964, the people cheered his name until 1973. Quote, the issues are much too important for the Chilean voters to be left to decide for themselves. Right. It's like it's too important for the people to decide. Let these privileged people decide instead. I'm sure they, you know, have much more of a clue what the people actually want than, you know, the people. Nature shows us basic order and hierarchy are necessary. Augusto Pinochet. Shah Pahlavi, Shaban, Jafari, and Savak take over to terrorize and protect capitalist oil interests. But was that their only motive? The coup d'etat. Mossadegh wanted oil profits to go to the people. Hired actors. Iran 1953. So what I believe is about is kind of like the Templars through the United States interfering into other countries' politics and to kind of transform those countries through revolutionary upheavals and destabilization to, you know, be dependent from the United States and also change their systems, you know, to kind of like shift different political systems towards capitalism. Because for the Templars, that's a way of controlling people post-World War II, which is why they started the whole conflict. Of course, this is like, you know, solely law speaking. But yeah, you know, trying to utilize the destabilization effects for shifting people towards consumerism. Same here, Stanley. You know, they have a really eerie vibe to them. And of course, very kind of like, you know, yeah, alternative history, of course, and conspiracy vibes, but they're really well done, you know, and they're quite fun to investigate. And we often, you know, of course, even though it's absurd, they still feel believable enough sometimes. Yeah, I mean, hierarchy definitely exists differently for humans than it does in, you know, nature, for instance. There's, of course, also hierarchy there. For example, within, like, a pack of animals. But there's not like we have, like, social classes of people being born into them, or like animals and, you know, them being in charge of the others. That's not how it works. Citizen. I'm doing good, Oliver. Thank you for asking. Yeah, doing a bit more Brotherhood tonight. We finished the War Machine mission, so good to get that done. Unlocked the parachutes. I think they're gonna come in handy. Okay, let's align 3 with this symbol, which means 7 is this one. Then we have 5 and that symbol, which means 3. We have nothing, but it's basically an alteration of the opposite symbol, right? Like if you look on the wheel and you look at the opposite symbols to each other, then you notice a similarity between them. So kind of like a deviation from the other symbol. So we're looking for something similar to what's aligned with the 8. So that's the symbol with the 8. For example, you know, 4 strings. Could be the 1. Very likely. Then we have 1 and this symbol, which means 7 is this one. The opposite of the symbol at 2. And then we align 2 and the 3 strings. And we have 9 and this one.
Loading.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's just like a construct really. But it doesn't really translate well into actual like animal behavior or like nature, I guess. But yeah, I mean, so much is made up, right? Even the worth of money is kind of like made up. Money is fake. Doing good, you're killing people. Well, that should tell you something about myself, doesn't it? That's fair, theme. Yeah, I feel even Revelations, you know, it's quite distinct and different to AC2 and Brotherhood. It makes sense because AC2 and Brotherhood initially, of course, were developed as like one big project, and you know, later they decided to make it independent projects from each other. But it really feels like, you know, Brotherhood just is part of AC2 really, like they belong together. And have a very distinct kind of like feel above them. Yeah, either that's Saint or I've just done them so many times now that I just, you know, remembered all the solutions. Because I remember the first time I tried to do all the glyphs myself without any help. Yeah, there were definitely some glyph puzzles where I was on them for like 40 minutes or something. Because I really, you know, just was stuck at some point and I just refused to look it up, so I just, you know, tried it until I made it. Indeed, Oliver. You know, the Psycho playthroughs, they have taken me over now. Now it's not even a psycho crook anymore, it's just crook. The crook implies the psycho. Yeah, I mean, many Germans fled to South America and, you know, Middle America actually after the war. You know, especially, of course, those that didn't want to face repercussion. So many Germans actually went to Argentina and Brazil, and there's still like pretty big German communities there, as far as I'm aware. Now, people have been, of course, settling there, you know, independent from that incident too, but I mean, given, you know, the relationship the countries had to the United States, you know, was definitely a safer place to go to for them, I guess. Yeah, that's the famous crook mode. Yeah, that's another thing. I mean, you know, like Germany had like so many scientists. Some of them definitely, you know, aligned with the Nazi ideology. And yeah, they got recruited by the United States. Thankfully, you know, many artists that weren't aligning with the Nazi ideology, you know, they were allowed also to get to the United States and stay there. I mean, there was like a whole like movement really of like German, you know, writers and stuff going to LA, I think, during that time. So also had like really good effects, but yeah, they definitely took the talent no matter the ideology. And I mean, you also shouldn't forget, or one shouldn't forget, that some of the ideology that was inherent to the, you know, racism of the Nazis, it was not something that was exclusive to Germany, you know. I mean, in the United States, you had people like Henry Ford, who openly, you know, worked together with Hitler before the war, and, you know, aligned on his views about, you know, the Jews, for instance, which the glyphs actually touch upon. Like the glyphs talk about it even in AC2, I think. You know, this kind of like anti-Sem, you know, Jew thinking being quite present at the time, unfortunately. And then it really, you know, extremized itself. But yeah, it's really unfortunate. Should be called Argemantina. Now that's the name. Bit of a tongue twister. Tons of Argentinians have German surnames like Schwarzmann. Yeah, and that also sounds a bit like of a German and maybe also Jewish type of name. Like lots of German sounding names are also sometimes like Jewish type of names, like Mandelbaum or something like that, you know. Which is like both German, but also more typically, you know, that Jewish families would have a name like that. Yeah, that's the thing, you know, like, of course, minorities and people who didn't agree with, you know, the Nazi ideology, they would have to fear for their lives as well. You know, they might also get to be in like concentration camps, if you like, you know, part of another political thinking. Yeah, I mean, I don't think you can blame like just one country or like, you know, one people. There were definitely bigger underlying problems at large. But yeah, it's good we at least move past that point, you know, and hopefully we can learn from history and the gruesome things that happened to remind ourselves to never allow something like that to happen again, no matter where it happens. But unfortunately, humans are humans, and humans are capable of doing the most beautiful and the most hateful type of things. And yeah, there's always a potential, I guess. You blame England, just one country. It's like, fuck you, England. Imagine fleeing to Argentina and 20 years later they go head to head with England in Falcons as well. Yeah. Bad timing. Yeah, Saint. You know, why did he have to have such a specific look? Why couldn't he just look ordinary? It's not like he would have ruined the ordinary look for everyone. I'm not a huge fan of the hairstyle. And I try to think like what we would think of that mustache if it wasn't for him having it, because it just, in my mind, I can't, you know, divide the mustache from the person. It's just so locked together that I couldn't even imagine anyone, you know, wearing it and not thinking of a person. Yeah, I mean, England, you know, when it comes to the whole colonization history, they're definitely a black sheep in that regard, but that goes for many countries. But England certainly, you know, like the empire that they had at some point and how far it reached. Definitely can't blame people for, you know, not having the best opinion about England's history. I mean, even their neighbors, they pissed off. Are some Scottish and Irish people how they feel about England? That's true, like Charlie Chaplin is legitimately the only person that can wear the mustache. But yeah, I mean, you know, that whole movie is just so good, especially that ending speech, you know, when he's actually kind of trying to appeal to humility and, you know, human love, I guess, instead of hate. Michael Jordan tried to bring that mustache back. I didn't, that must have passed me that he did. Er ist wieder da. Right, that reminds me. Is that like a comedy about Hitler? Horror? I definitely remember it, but I'm not quite sure what it was exactly. Ah, yeah. Yeah, I remember this. I'm not sure if I actually watched the whole movie though. Because at that point I was kinda a bit tired of Hitler movies, not gonna lie. Like, as a German, we've seen so many of them, and most of what I've seen were like, you know, serious, like, about the actual topic, and of course within Germany, you know, there are like, you know, jokes we do about Nazis and stuff, of course. But often it's a very serious topic, understandably, so I've watched like so many freaking movies about the dude. But I think at the point where that movie came out, I was like a bit over it. So I don't think I've actually seen it. Maybe that's why I didn't like Jojo Rabbit that much. Sounds good, Saint. You have a good one. Hope you enjoy the show. And have a good rest of your weekend. Catch you next time, dude. Ah, gotcha. So it's like a satirical fake documentary. That can be fun sometimes. You know, have like a movie or like a show in kind of like documentary style. You know, like The Office or What We Do in the Shadows, if you saw that one. Can be like a fun approach. Alright, let's read this. Regarding South America. If we are to ensure the company's success, company agents must be able to move freely from one country to another and maintain power within all of them. A global international order must be implemented. Regarding Argentina. Tell the capitalists that if they help ensure the junta remain in power, we will pass over corporate debt onto the Argentine people. That will ensure they crush any popular revolt. I want the trade unions destroyed if we are to move forward. Regarding Chile. The free market must be allowed to prevail. F's visit last year helped things along, but now all public companies need to be sold to the private sector, ideally on the cheap. The price of bread and other staples must rise. I want to ensure the people remain marred in poverty and unable to resist. Any traces of this plan should appear to implicate the US government. The company's involvement must remain hidden. For successful examples of a similar opening of the markets, look no further than the 1953 liberation of Iran and the 1954 liberation of Guatemala.
Loading. Quarantine zone.
Wages should be lowered to keep the middle class subservient to us, left to the fair and free competition of a market, and should never be controlled by the interference of a popularly elected government, the legislature.
Quarantine lifted.
Yeah, it's a bit crazy, honestly, isn't it? That capitalism is a bad guy in these games, considering who made them. But hey, maybe that actually represents, you know, more the point of view of the people who made the game rather than who funded the game.
He's getting go! Go!
Great, the music loops again. God, I hate this so much. Like every time you sync a viewpoint in the remaster version of Brotherhood, it just loops the sound. You gotta like exit out of the enemies to fix it. I really think they learned, you know,
Good to go.
from that issue with AC3 Remastered, which also had that issue with viewpoints. Kind of like causing, you know, music bugs. Ben, and now he doesn't have a way back up, in case he falls. That's the Templar quote right there. Exactly, Aura, you know, like they don't have time to even read that. I gotta make sure there's no female main protagonist. At least, you know, gotta ensure that there's at least a male version to choose from. Even if canonically speaking, you know, the female is the canon, but who actually cares about canon, right? Porta Aurelia. The gate of the Mura Aureliane resides on the summit of the Janiculum and was the starting point of the Via Aurelia. Renamed Porta's son Pancrazio after Pope Urban VIII, remodeled it in the 17th century, the Via Aurelia served as Rome's connection to France during the Republic and Middle Ages, and therefore was extremely important for trade. The animus is inside me now. That's not good. Alright, off to the next assassination contract. That's something that bothers me as well, but you know, for example with AC Odyssey, like in all the trailers you saw, Alexis had like probably 80% of the cutscenes, it seemed like, or it wasn't like fully noticeable who was underneath the armor. But definitely had the most scenes, you know, making it seem like he's at the forefront of the game. And he's even like on the original cover either, isn't he? And then it's like Cassandra who's supposed to be the main protagonist and like canon choice. But also the feeling that they didn't really commit to the choice of who's the canon character until later. Because they cast the character for, or the actor for Alexius way before the one for Cassandra. I'm not even sure if I remember right, but I think the actor for Alexius actually recommended the actress for Cassandra. So I'm not sure if they initially, you know, planned on Cassandra to be the canon protagonist, or if they just want to leave it open, or commit to it later. But yeah, it's really annoying, I think, how they are always kind of like been a bit ignoring, you know, that aspect. And really marketing the male protagonist much more. Same in Valhalla, I mean, female Eivor is the main protagonist in canon choice. And that was clear like much earlier, I believe. I mean, it's like really essential to the whole game plot as well. But, you know, there also, like in the cinematic trailer, you have male Eivor. Which is maybe even a bigger deal than the trailers that just showcase the in-game material. Because for the official cinematic trailers, you know, they're supposed to represent the character as they are, I guess. Of course, later release another trailer with female Eivor instead. But yeah, it was still a bit weird choice. Yeah, just really. And then they didn't do themselves any favors by saying stuff like, during Unity, right? Like, people were asking why you couldn't choose to play as a female assassin, you know? And they weren't even asking for, like, female assassin as part of a story. It was just for, like, if you play a co-op mission with another person, why can't we choose a character, for instance, a female, you know, assassin? And then Ubisoft said something along the lines of female assassins were too difficult to animate or meant doing additional animation work which they were, you know, weren't gonna do or they didn't want to do. But that really backfired hard when people read that, you know. But yeah, that whole problematic goes definitely a bit further back. But yeah, that's the other thing, you know, like Mayor Eivor is Odin. So Odin sees Odin, I guess. But yeah, I guess they have a bit of leeway by saying, well, it's also just a representation of the Animus, what we see in the cinematic trailer. And the Animus allows you to choose male or female, so actually the male is more accurate, because it's the Animus. That's like the Uno reverse card every time, it's just saying, well, it's the Animus simulation, I guess. That explains everything. There is so bad news. The Borgia have unleashed their interrogators. If they cannot find us, they will brutalize the people of Roma until they get answers. Strike with precision, or you may be overwhelmed. Do not let your targets call for reinforcement. Okay. What the fuck? Ezio just killed 2 citizens. Imagine dethinking in the last moment before finishing the mission. You know, I get if he would like double assassinate an NPC by accident if he also targeted a guard, but he just legitimately killed 2 citizens.
Enough! Please, go with me! Please, God, let me live!
I have some exclusive veils from the east for you.
Okay, where's the next assassination contract? Oh yeah, back here.
Your wife, signore.
Of perfection is not measured in coins. Actually, yes it is. Many coins.
Whoops. Actually wanted to go send these guys on missions. Oh, I guess we can do it afterwards. The Merchant of Rome. Merchants under Borgia protection often trade favors at the expense of their honest peers. Teach them that Borgia protection is a myth. Foes think, use the assassin recruits to assist in a diversion. Yeah, I love that quote aura. It's like, well, yeah, actually it is. Many coins, because I want to get rich. And actually my goods aren't that perfect, but I'm just gonna have a high price tag to pretend like it is. Which is a concept for quite a few, you know, brands. Is it just to be freaking expensive while not offering anything substantially more than a cheaper product? Expecting people to believe that they indeed get a higher value for spending more money. It's kind of funny, like the other day I saw a segment where they investigated these really like premium high price vegetables and fruits. It kind of did like a taste test with random citizens, you know, people, to kind of like see if they could taste the difference, right? And they actually gave them 2 times the same strawberry, you know, like from O'Driscoll's or something. Just 2 times. And they really were like, yeah, well, this other, you know, strawberry was so much better and so much juicier and sweeter than the other. It surely must have been the premium version. Just because in my mind they built up this expectation of, well, one of them must be the expensive one, so one of them must be good. So, if you spend lots of money, then of course it must be good. Oh, can't be detected? Never mind. I was kinda also hoping for a double assassination in the first place. Wait, what? Kill a guard with a bag that drops from a lift. Ah. Cool. It was also very delayed, that achievement, but yeah, we just did that. Oh, what? Bro. I killed him. Why didn't the mission finish? But yeah, I guess I got detected like literally last second. Indeed, Stanley. Yeah, it's my first time playing the Ezio collection on the Xbox. It does have the FPS boost to 60, which is pretty neat. But I had some technical issues with the Ezio games on PC, unfortunately, and also with the controller, so I decided to just try out the Ezio collection, and you know, if I can also get some achievements, that's a nice side effect, I guess. We have the Series X version of the Xbox, so pretty much the best, I guess, on the market right now.
Buongiorno.
Okay. Yeah, we literally got detected like the last millisecond before completing the mission, I think. I think the air assassination also had a longer animation time in general, so that maybe didn't help either. Thank you, Gisek. Exactly, Stanley. You have one of the few smart people that actually decided to buy a Series X. Yeah, for Levy it was, I mean, it's like mostly Levy's console really. It's like her main way of playing, and she was really into like the idea of Game Pass and like the amount of games you could get on there. And also she wanted to really play the Forza games. So yeah, that was like the main reasons for her. But now of course with Forza 5 it actually recently got of course a PS5 release, so that's one reason less, I guess, to get a Series X nowadays. But I mean, it's a really decent console. It's just the gaming catalog on the PS5, you know, probably puts it a bit to shame. So I could be wrong, but I don't think the assassination we're looking for is available right now. I'm not sure if I can have this viewpoint right now. Let me check this real quick. I can actually filter. It's for assassination contracts. Ah, okay. So there's one at the assassin hideout. That's one I didn't see. Yeah, I mean, Game Pass is honestly a really good deal if you care about even a few games on there. But of course, with time, it might not, you know, it kind of like loses a bit of value if they're not constantly bringing out games that you actually wanna, you know, play in the future. And we didn't really have Game Pass for quite a while now. But yeah, I'm still glad we have it though. For example, when, you know, GTA 6 launches one of these years, then at least you could play it on release, or like closer to release. And with so many PlayStation games coming to PC now, and you know, I recently upgraded my PC, that's for me a good way to get to play them. Like right now I don't have that many reasons to get a PS5 because I don't really need to play games on launch. Like I don't mind waiting a few years. So if I keep on coming to PC, then right now I don't see much of a reason to get a PS5, honestly. But right now if I didn't have a Series, or we didn't have a Series X, and I would have to choose, then I would, you know, definitely go with a PS5. These are not the assassinations you're looking for. I sure about that. Yeah, that's one we can't do, unfortunately. Xbox gives you regional pricing and you could buy Clear Obscure for 50% cheaper than PlayStation Store. Ah. That's the other thing, right? Like regional pricing, and if it doesn't consider, you know, maybe, you know, the local currency and maybe also how much money people have at hand and stuff. That really sucks that PlayStation doesn't even have like regional prices. What the fuck? The free Amici. Oh, whoops. That was my PC here, sorry about that. My system sounds muted, but for some reason it resets itself. Maybe it's connected to NVIDIA broadcast and that messing with your audio settings or something. But sorry if that's made anyone curious if it was their own PC. But it was a pop-up on my end. Now thinking about trading PS5 for Xbox Series X. Or Stanley, we can make the trade. We're gonna send you ours. Sony doesn't care about the people. If someone can't afford the product, they go skill issue and kick away. Yeah, I don't like the discourse too much right now either. You know, with certain developers, well, not developers, you know, studios pushing for the new price tag. And they're making comments like, well, if you really care about the game, then you can afford it or something. It's like, no. You know, some people can't afford just paying $80 for, you know, freaking video game, you know, just casually. Like, some people got bills to pay. Especially with, you know, everything getting more expensive for some people. You say as a PS5 owner. Sounds good, Stanley. Okay, so we gotta kill the targets with the hidden blade. Easy enough. Oops. And
Attenzione! I will throw open my private gallery to
what the fuck? The dude just decided to also do some parkour, I guess. Fair enough. An assassin in the training. Why can't we recruit that dude? Yeah, no kidding, Ava, that's what I thought. It's just like an assassin in disguise. Maybe it was Eberline from AC Syndicate. Ah, yeah, right, these guys will kind of like move around and run away. Got him. I should probably protect my assassin here before they die.
go! Damn you!
There's places to be. There's much to do and many unknowns on the horizon. Yeah, Oliver, it's like, oh, you can afford a console, I'm sure. If you don't mind not eating anything for the rest of the month.
Send me your meal of death by blade. Get
Lightweight coinage has inflamed the Chitari. Healing potion.
What the fuck, Ezio, are you doing? It's like you're standing right in front of your target. Just jump past your target and onto two other guys. I know I didn't like, you know, specify, like I didn't focus on my targets, but still he was like by far the closest to us. Okay, it seems like I'm notorious. Am I? Also another audio bug. I shouldn't have that much notoriety. My assassin is still causing ruckus. Alright, but yeah, that finishes all the assassination contracts for now, which means we can carry on with the main story. Now, this next sequence, sequence 5, takes place on one day. It's just like a multiple main missions that just tell a continuous story, and it all takes place on the 1st of August, 1503. So we're not gonna do any side stuff in between the main missions, just gonna be main story back to back here. I might not be able to finish the entire sequence today, but yeah, that will be the rest of the stream for sure. Yeah, Ezio was like, who did should I assassinate again? Was it that dude or this dude? Let's just kill both, just to be sure. I'm sure one is the right person. The notorious big Italian guy.
Has he lost his mind?
He's dropping the hottest tape of 1503. There's a feature by Duccio. Ah, interesting. So I could actually start the courtesan assignments before doing the main story. Technically. But I still think I'm gonna do it afterwards, it just pays a bit nicer. I'm gonna start, you know, unlocking them, but we're not gonna do any until after this sequence.
Well done, Ezio. The courtesans tell me only the loyal remain.
They speak the truth.
Then let us not delay. Ambassadors from the Spanish king and German emperor have been discovered in Roma, seeking Cesare's support. Render them impotent, my son.
Render them impotent. That's the new mission objective.
What do you want?
You spoke of a senator at the meeting.
Find him on the Campidoglio. You do not need me.
Once I kill the banker, your girls must take his money back to the underground.
Fine.
Stay alert.
Do not be detected while escorting the senator. Okay. MC Auditore. I like the sound of that one. I'm gonna throw the whole Senate at him. Can be sure of that.
Now, where is that senator?
No more arguing. Your bill has come due.
Make an exception for an old man.
No. The banker sent us to collect.
Egidio Trocke. The oldest of the two brothers, Egidio was the son of a senator who had the bad luck of following in his father's footsteps. Described as a naive idealist in a letter from his brother Francesco, Egidio attempted to bring back the era of a Roman commune when the Senate, the Conservatori, stood at the head of a democracy. Problem was, the papacy wanted Rome all for itself. As the century came to a close, the Pope seized control of Rome's urban planning, public works and finances, leaving the Conservatori with little more to do than plan festivals. Egidio, seeing his fellow senators turn a blind eye as the Campidoglio slowly became a living museum, seems to have grown jaded. Am I the only one in all of Rome who continues to seek freedom and justice? He writes in a letter dated 1494. Records kept at the Rosa and Fiore indicate he began visiting regularly in 1495. Meanwhile, Egidio's brother Francesco went to work for the Pope as his chamberlain and secretary, becoming good friends with Cesare, such good friends in fact that he was called one of the Borgia's most trusted assassins. A letter sent to the Venetian ambassador by Egidio in 1503, detailing Cesare's war plans for the region, reveals his hatred for the Cesare and his brother's inability to keep secrets while under the influence.
I will have his money momentarily.
Not good enough. Coraggio, sta with you. A good Samaritan in Roma. I thought they were a dying breed.
Senator Egidio Troche.
I don't owe you money too, do I?
I'm looking for Cesare's banker.
Ha! Cesare Borgia. And you are?
A friend of the family.
Cesare has a lot of friends these days. Unfortunately, I'm not one of them.
I can pay.
Ma che meraviglia! He fights guards and he gives away money. Where have you been all my life?
We better get out of here.
I know a place.
Let's go.
You're going to have to protect me, though. The guards aren't being very friendly, if you know what I mean.
Someone really wants you dead.
A few months ago, my brother Francesco, the Pope's Chamberlain... I know, don't get me started. He told me of Cesare's plans for Romagna. I wrote to the ambassador of Venezia, warning him. One of my letters must have been intercepted. Leave me alone. The Senate has nothing to do these days. The Borgia have taken all the power. You know what it's like to not have un cazzo to do? It changes a man. I admit I've been gambling, drinking...
And whoring. Andiamo.
Oh, you're good. Was it the perfume on my sleeve?
Something like that.
Yeah, good for him to know the Vatican. Very observant. To know that place of every place in Rome. As a senator.
Senators used to petition about real issues, like unlawful cruelty, abandoned children. Now we write up legislation on the appropriate width of women's sleeves.
Not you. You raise money for false causes to pay back your gambling debts.
False causes. I am interested in pursuing them as soon as I am financially able to do so. You ever look at a grave and think, this is the most significant thing I will ever do?
This guy's a good representation of a politician. Yeah, I'm gonna, you know, go after my passion projects. I'm gonna save our children as soon as I'm financially able to. Why don't you fund my cause? We take donations. Get a room. That would be a graphic scene, Oliver.
It is not safe here. We must keep moving.
You do realize the assassin will catch you in the very near future? But I wrote it down. From my place.
Cannot stop here. Too many guards.
Yeah, just $2 to my campaign. I mean, that's nothing. on, assassin. Do something. Senator, are you coming? Fucking hell. What am I assassin doing? That's a bit too many guards here. I still can't be detected either, so it's kind of annoying.
Let's do it.
Please guide your soul.
Whenever possible. Recent ox congestion on the smaller.
Stay calm. Maledette letters. I should never have sent them to the ambassador. Now Cesare will murder me. Benvenuto to the home of my brother Francesco. Thank God he's not here. We haven't talked since he found out about the letters.
A letter?
What did you want again?
Cesare's banker.
Right. I need to arrive with the money. Problem is, there is no money.
You are meeting the banker. Where?
I never know until I'm there. I go to one of 3 places. Then his friends take me to him.
I will bring you all the money you owe.
Sul serio? You need to stop this. You might actually give me hope.
Yeah, I think we can afford 3,000. So many exotic birds in old Italy. Yeah, the more you know. Didn't you know that parrots flew around Renaissance Italy? Probably Oliver. Now picture the dude who does all the mod videos, where kind of like replaces character models to do that Caterina and Ezio scene at the start of Brotherhood with those two. You could definitely easily replace Caterina with Egidio Trocke.
I cannot believe you would just do this.
There is a condition.
I knew it.
Keep an eye on the politics of the city. I want you to report back to Maria at Rosa in Fiore about targets who are helping the Borgia.
And what? You'll make them disappear? The pezzo di merda may hate me, but he's still family. Va bene, we go.
I will follow you to the banker.
Okay, again, do not be detected and do not touch the ground while attaining the senator. So it's a floor's lava challenge with a stealth challenge combined. That's so funny. That's kind of sound. It's like assassination sound, even though he's just jumping a person. That would traumatize you for life. Doing a stealth and floor lava challenge together.
Egidio, it seems you are ready to die like a gentleman.
I have the money.
Oh, that's different then. The banker will be pleased. You came alone?
Do you see anyone else here?
Follow me, furbacchione.
Have you heard anything about my brother Francesco?
Cesare is dealing with him.
I hope he's all right. So, what are you going to do with my money?
The banker likes to treat his friends well.
How generous he is.
What did you say?
No worries, Luca. Catch you next time, dude. Thank you for dropping by. And have a good rest of your evening. Cheers, Luca. Catch you next time. The outbreak of syphilis has been linked to a water source. Lovely. That's why Ezio sings about beware of the girls of Roma, unless fire you wish to pee. That's the real reason you can't touch the ground with syphilis.
Egidio brought the money.
Well, well. The banker has a special evening planned. I will be delivering your payment. Give it here. Hold him until I get back.
I better not lose sight of the money.
Why not release me? I have paid.
He's counting the money. Still it is counted, you cannot see.
What is taking him so long?
Proven by science. Oh yeah. Science is really advanced at this point. Back when everyone still believed in the humero theory. And bloodletting being a good idea. Hello, Bioshock, welcome in. And good day to you. Nothing like a good home ahead, as a Saxon would say. I mean, that might also solve a problem. That might rid your head of really bad thoughts.
Everything going well in there? We have to go, Luigi, or we'll be late. The count is complete? Va bene. Kill him.
No.
Lucky you. Luigi says he gets to live. Lead the way, boss.
It's so funny that I can't recognize that it's not their boss, but Ezio. We're just gonna assume that Ezio is, you know, the master disguise. Like he's even better than Appeline in Syndicate. I don't know what you mean, Aura. Pineapple on pizza. How can you say that's a bad thought? A match made in heaven. Luigi. Now imagine if you could do this mission together with Mario. That would have been a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for the Ezio trilogy. To feature Mario and Luigi. Okay, for this one we gotta be fast.
Soon the party will be all around us.
Gotta lead them. And observe what they say.
Isn't the banker the other way? We're on track.
I hope they let us go inside.
I hope they let us go inside.
Now we are making good time.
Now we are making good time.
It is so not, Signor.
I know, the city... I hope they let...
Soon we will be there. We're on track.
They do that in the remake? Yeah.
Now we're going the right way.
The route you are taking is very...
How about pizza on pineapple? How about breaking the pasta? That's still so funny to me, you know, how it's like a sacrilege to do, according to, you know, some Italians, but I watched like tons of cooking videos. And I also watched some like Italian grandmas cook as well. And, I mean, it's not very uncommon in some parts of Italy for the grandmaster to break the pasta either. So, yeah. I mean, in general, you know, there's so many different traditions within Italy about, like, how they do their sauces and stuff. So it's always funny to me when breaking the pasta is like, you know, how can you do that? You just crushed my soul. I hope they let us go inside. Guy sounded like Socrates a bit. Oh yeah? Maybe he's time traveling. Utane ancestors are turning in the grave. Have you ever been to Italy, Oliver? You can't stop thinking about how one of the first foods you get to produce in Anno is sardines. I mean, that's fitting, isn't it? San Andrea della Valle. This is the future site of the fabled Basilica di Santa Andrea della Valle, although construction won't start for another 80 or so years. The land was bequeathed to the Duchess of Amalfi, who herself was a descendant of Pope Pius II. She was then charged by the Order of Theatine with the responsibility of erecting a church in honor of Saint Andrew. Although she didn't live to see it completed in 1650, the final product was something to behold, celebrated the world over for its stunning interior. Synchronization.
Isn't the banker the other way?
Bro.
Going this way makes no sense.
I am not questioning your authority.
Thank you for tell me if that's the wrong way.
Champions promised 4,000 gold scudi to the most valente cavaliere.
Now, soon we will be there.
Where are we going?
Soon this job will be over.
This mission is truly something.
Now we're going the right way. Do you think he's forgotten where we...
Now we are making good time. Isn't the banker...
Fuck.
I hope they let us go inside.
I hope they let us go inside. Oh Jesus, what are you guys saying?
Now we are making good time.
That's the other thing. I often tell you, like, actually you're wrong, and then you're actually on the right path.
I hope they let us go inside.
We are nearly there.
But they have a sit.
Soon the party will be all around us.
Fuck, come on. Come on. Okay. Barely made it. Jesus Christ.
I will bring it to the banker.
You may enter.
We can't go in.
You have to patrol by order of Cesare.
Porca puttana. Cesare? He's here?
Luigi has been killed. We discovered his body at the Pantheon.
Luigi? We just let him in.
In and out. Follow the money to get to the banker, kill him and escape. Kill the banker from the bench without being detected. You banned from Italy for the thing you just said. About pizza on pineapple. Seems legit. Yeah, no kidding, Aura. Maybe they should find a way. And just guide me at this point.
The banker is here.
Mamma mia, che toppa! Ciao, bellezza!
Ehi, bellezza! Dammi un bacio!
Have you tasted this? I have a selection of exquisite religious implements, fit to brain the Eastern invader in God's good name.
Equally, I found it my
After you.
For the bank.
Hello. Mind if I walk with you?
Yeah. I mean, I do not mind.
I've never been to Trastevere before. The old ruins make me nervous.
I can protect you.
I bet. That is quite a chest you have.
It's not mine.
But you are holding it in your strong arms.
I'm looking for a sometime safe.
Tell the priest in complexion.
I'm made of bricks.
Jesus, that sound. Wait, just doubled itself. Or what? Yeah, I was about to say, you have to be distracted.
Money for you, banker.
I will take that. And that. You are dismissed.
Where did I put my coin purse?
Honoratissima.
Welcome to my party. I am Juan Borgia.
Cesare is about to speak in the main room, Eccellenza.
Come.
Yeah, that's him. The banker. Juan Borgia the Elder. The first of 10 nephews elected to the cardinalship by Rodrigo Borgia, Juan sought out a privileged position in the Borgia court. He helped Cesare negotiate an allegiance with the Baron de Valois in 1499, impressing the young Captain General with his knowledge of French taste. In an incident recorded by Bouchard, the paper master of ceremonies, Juan and Cesare were seated discussing financial matters when a steward brought in a glass of wine. Juan took a sip, declared the wine to be false, accusing the astonished steward of drinking the real bottle. He then threw the wine over the steward and lit him on fire. Fortunately, the wine was not capable of igniting, but unfortunately, the steward was still executed once a small fire was put out. Such incidents must have impressed Cesare as he shunned Rodrigo Borgia's banker Agostino Chigi to invest with Juan. Juan was gradually put in charge of Rome's finances, and he used large amounts of the city's tax money to throw lavish parties for his friends, at one point tossing 100 gold plates into the Tiber after their first use, outdoing Chigi, who had done the same with mere silver. Rome's were also invited to the public areas of these parties, but many still complained privately that the money could be put to much better use for the...
Are you having a pleasant evening?
Yes, Eccellenza, I am. There is so much to look at.
Oh, good. I spared no expense.
I can tell.
Finer things.
Ja, True Man of God, isn't he? Fits right into the papal way of living here over time.
You don't seem to understand. I own all the trees. Let them have it. On the contrary, I watched you steal my guard runner. I believe I've earned a free ride. In fact, I want to of my blood.
For free? I have to make money, you know.
Do you have a sister by any chance?
No. I haven't.
What a pervert. Yeah, I mean, they've done a good job, I think, creating this party as a set piece, you know. Kinda show the excesses.
What better way to celebrate my victories than to join in the Brotherhood of Man? Soon, we will be here once more, celebrating a united Italia. And then, the feasting will last for 40 days and 40 nights. Cominciamo ora!
We did not agree to conquer Italia.
If your brilliant Captain General says we can do it, why not rejoice and let it happen?
You risk upsetting the delicate balance of control we have worked so hard to tighten.
I appreciate all that you have done for me, but I have the army, so I am making the decisions. Don't look so bad. Enjoy yourself.
Get down, Stronzo! Down or die! Could be our man. Better have a look. Hey, yonder! Get down, Stronzo! Want to feel a queen? I on top of majestic king. Hey, yonder! You've never seen girth like mine, Bambina. Hey, yonder! You never got it like me. You'll give it away. Want to feel a queen? I on top of majestic king.
The things I have felt, seen, and tasted, I do not regret a moment of it.
Men of power must be contemptuous of delicacies.
But I gave the people what they wanted.
And now you pay for it. Il piacere immeritato si consuma da sé. Requiescat in pace.
Faster! We're losing him! Ha-ha!
Oh yeah. Get to a banker from a bank. As you do. A very fitting way for him to die. Oh yeah, Oliver, the peak male physique. The banker. Very attractive fella right there. Hello Varachi, welcome in. Imagine partying for 40 days and 40 nights. I'm too old for that shit. Also thank you for the GG's, Chilla and Oliver. Indeed, Chilla. That's a great moment of realization for Ezio as well, you know. That Claudia can take care of herself and Ezio has to stop looking at her as, you know, his little sister that needs protection or something. But yeah, after losing so many family members, you know, especially with Mario again at the start of Brotherhood, I can also understand Ezio wanting, you know, the best for his family and protecting them, but it's a great moment between the two, I think. You can barely party for one day or one night nowadays. After 9 PM you're tired. I'm definitely a night owl, so I wouldn't mind staying up late, but yeah. Been a while since last time I went out, you know, to party until like late in the night. Founded in 1480, the Rosa Inferiore was known for its preferential treatment for members of the Vatican. The higher the rank, the more women allowed in the room at once. Madonna Solari, the first proprietor, developed a close friendship with several cardinals, eventually taking bribes for information about the assassins. Apparently, she outlived her usefulness. Once Claudia took over, members of the clergy came in more often than they ever did before, and Claudia had ways of making them talk. Wait, that went down wrong. I meant to write she was very persuasive. That's wrong too. She had a way with words, descriptive words. Ah, forget it. Is that how she managed to beat the guards?
Where are Claudia and Maria?
We came back with the money. They followed us home.
What?
My sister knows how to wield a knife.
And I am ready to do it again.
Spoken like a true auditore.
Finally, you two came to your senses. It's about time.
And I'm ready to do it again. I wish you could have Claudia as a assassin to use on missions. That would be pretty cool. Just summon my sister to do the kills for me. Ultimate sibling power. But yeah, that finishes sequence 5. Let's pick up some money. Let's also check the blacksmith for some new items. Ah, we can get the whole rondel set here. Let's get it. Oh, damn, that's quite expensive. Buff damage on that one. Yeah, that's by the Spadone. A heavy sword. Sure, that's also by the dagger just to have it.
Come again, please.
Alrighty. And yeah, this is gonna be where we call it today for AC Brotherhood. Now that we finished Sequence 5. But yeah, made some great progress today. Finished the War Machine missions, we finished with Sequence 3. Well, we finished with Sequence 4, sorry. And played for the entirety of Sequence 5. So yeah, next time we're gonna focus on the new Assassination contracts that have been unlocked. And then again, we're gonna focus a bit more on the main story again, because this whole sequence again takes place during August, but it's not really specified to a specific day. But it's still very much like a time frame where the events of the main story kind of happen in succession to each other. So once the the courtesan assignments, sorry, are done, then we're gonna focus on the main story of Sequence 6, finish that. And then Sequence 7 is gonna be the final sequence really where we take care of like quite a bit of side stuff. Including the rest of the Borgia Towers, the Thief assignments. And also the Templar Asian missions, which are gonna unlock at that point, like quite soon. But yeah, for today this is gonna be it. So let's go ahead and quit here. To use, wait, that came out wrong. Nah, that's exactly what we meant. That's the verse for Stream Aura. Thank you for being here and for joining us. Thank you also, Schiller, for joining us today. Cheers, dude. Yeah, thank you everyone for being here today and for joining us on another stream of AC Brotherhood. The next stream of this is gonna be likely on Wednesday. Gonna be pretty busy Monday and Tuesday, but yeah, Wednesday should definitely be some good time to do another session. And then I intend on getting well to Sequence 7, honestly. Gonna make a head start on the last bits of side content, and yeah, who knows, maybe in the next Friday stream we might even already get to finish Brotherhood. Actually no, we're not, because we're gonna play the Da Vinci Disappearance in between Sequence 8 and 9, so it's definitely gonna be another 3 streams, I would say, at this point. But yeah, getting there, for sure. No worries for the stream either, Rochi. Thank you for being here. So, it's not really my usual streaming time, so I'm not too sure if and who could be online to raid today. But yeah, let me have a quick look here. Ah yeah, Arctic is playing some The Last of Us. I really liked that game a lot when I played it. But he's playing, he's actually playing the second part. Never mind. I haven't played that one yet. But I intend to play it. We're still gonna raid out to Arctic though. And see how he's doing with that game. And also, if you want to catch some amazing streamers, then have a look at Lucinda. She's been playing Resident Evil Revelations 2 recently. Maxio's been finishing his playthrough of AC Shadows. Amita, he's been doing Witcher 3 with a no HUD, 100% and no fast travel challenge. And also Chilla, who has been starting God of War 2018. Some really great games there and really enjoyable streamers to watch. So if you're curious to check out some other streamers of the community, then definitely have a look at them. And yeah, if you want to join us for the raid, feel free to copy and paste those raid emotes. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Until then, have a good rest of your weekend and a good start into the new week.